Hi there, welcome to my channel today. Today we are considering the final accounts of a sole trader, and in this topic our learning objectives of the things that we are going to learn are as follow. 1, we look at the definition of a sole trader. 2, we look at the meaning and types of final accounts of a sole trader. 3, we look at the components of the final accounts of a sole trader. 4, we'll look at detailed format and detailed explanation of the income statement. The income statement is the same thing as the trading profit and loss account, but the particular income statement that we are going to be looking at today will be the income statement of a sole trader. I am emphasizing this point because most nations of the world have adopted the IFRS, and it is no longer fashionable to say trading profit and loss account. It is now fashionable to say income statement. As I have told you, the income statement and the trading profit and loss account are the same. The next, we also take detailed format and detailed explanation of the statement of financial position. The statement of financial position is the same thing as the balance sheet. It is no longer fashionable to say balance sheet. It is now fashionable to say statement of financial position because of the adoption of IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, by most nations of the world. Then 6, we will take standard solutions to 3 standard questions on the final account of a sole trader. We are going to take 3 questions. We will start from simple to complex, and the questions are going to be detailed with explanation, and the formats too are also going to be detailed with explanation. The fact that they are going to be detailed doesn't mean that they are going to be boring, but they are going to be detailed so that you can understand it and you too can become a champion in accounting. Let's go together. A sole trader is an individual who starts a business. A person, not a group of persons, but one person, a one-man business. Any one-man business is the same thing as sole trading or a sole proprietorship. We don't need to belabor this point. A final account is an account that is prepared at the end of the accounting period. That is the meaning of a final account, an account that is prepared at the end of the accounting period. In accounting, a normal accounting period is 12 months, but you can prepare accounts on other basis. It is allowed, but the highest you are allowed to prepare is 12 months. So the account of an organization that you prepare at the end of a standard 12-month period, after you have finished trading, these accounts are referred to as what? Final accounts. And an accounting period does not necessarily end on the 31st day of December. An accounting period can end at any time. An accounting period may end on the 31st day of January. It may end on the 30th day of April. It may end on the 30th day of June. It does not matter. An accounting period may end at any time, but the most important thing is that how many months before 31st of January had you been doing that business? How many months before 30th of April have you been doing that business? If you go back to 30th of April for a normal accounting period, it must be a period of 12 months. And it could also end on the 31st of December. It will also end on the 31st of December. So let it not be a shock to you when you are asked to prepare a final account that ends on the 30th of June, on the 31st of May, on the 31st of December. You begin to wonder that why are they asking you to prepare an account that ends in this period, whereas you know that a normal year in most nations of the world ends on the 31st of December. It shouldn't be a shock to you. Now, and how do you date a final account? In other words, how do you head a final account? A final account is headed as, for example, if the end of a business or a business ends on the 31st of December every year, if you want to head a final account, this is how you are likely to head it. For example, if you may head it as statement of profit or loss account for the year ended 31st December, say 2024. This is how you head a final account. Then after this heading that you've done, you start preparing your account. Anybody that sees this knows that that kind of account you are preparing is what? A final account. Let it not be a thing of surprise to you that are written here as profit or loss instead of profit and loss. I have not said profit and loss. This is profit or loss is a normal way now of heading trading profit and loss account. It is no longer fashionable to say trading profit and loss account. It is now fashionable to say, sorry, I was supposed to have said statement, please. Statement. I was supposed to have written statement of profit or loss account for the year ended so and so time. It is no longer fashionable to say profit and loss account. It's no longer fashionable to do that. This pattern of writing is outdated. That is not to say if you write it like that you'll be failed, because it is not everybody that is acquainted with the IFRS standard. So for now, it is still allowed, but just know what the standard is now. We say statement of profit or loss account for the year ended, no longer trading profit and loss account. But for the most part, the rules guiding what it was before and the rules guiding what it is now are almost the same in every situation, except in certain exceptional cases where some names have changed. For example, trade receivables used to be debtors, trade payables used to be creditors, and stock used to be known as stock, but it's now inventory. That is not to say that if you say debtors or creditors or stock that is wrong. It is still correct. So I just thought I should let you know this. We are now at the component of the final account of a sole trader. That is the makeup or the things that constitute the final account of a sole trader. When you are asked to prepare the final account of a sole trader, these are the two accounts that you must prepare. Then you prepare one, statement of profit or loss account. Then you also prepare statement of financial position. Now, the statement of financial position used to be known as the balance sheet. And the statement of profit or loss account used to be known as the trading profit and loss account. Trading profit and loss account. So, when you are asked to prepare the statement of profit or loss account, what you are being asked to prepare is the same thing as what? The trading profit or loss account. That is what you are being asked to prepare. Then when you're asked to prepare the statement of financial position, you are being asked to prepare the balance sheet. But let me sound a note of warning that the statement of financial position is not a final account. It is not a final account. And I will tell you why. It is not a final account because it can be prepared at any time. That is why it is not a final account. But it's normally prepared alongside the statement of profit or loss account. Both of them are usually prepared. In fact, for published financial statements, the statement of financial position comes first before the statement of profit or loss account. Although in real life, when you are preparing, you prepare the statement of profit or loss account first before you prepare the statement of financial position. You have to also know that these are the two elementary things, or these are the two elementary statements that you must prepare when you're asked to ascertain, when you're asked to prepare the final account of a sole trader. Is it possible to prepare another account? Yes, but that other account is a bit advanced for this class. But in this tutorial, we are going to consider the statement of profit or loss account. Then, what is the purpose? What's the purpose of the statement of profit and loss account? What's the purpose? It is used to show purpose, the purpose of the statement of profit or loss, the statement of profit or loss account. What's its purpose? Its purpose is to show financial performance. That's its purpose. This is why you prepare the statement of profit or loss account. The reason for preparing the statement of profit or loss account is to show financial performance. And under financial performance, you have to ascertain profit. Under financial performance, you have to ascertain profit. And under the statement of profit or loss account, there are two kinds of profit that you ascertain. You ascertain the gross profit or gross loss. You ascertain the gross profit or the gross loss. Then you also ascertain the net profit or the net loss. We will see these two when we deal with the format in no distant time. We'll see the two of them, how they ascertain. But just note it that the purpose of the statement of profit or loss account is to show financial performance. And how you show financial performance is that you have to ascertain gross profit or gross loss, or you also ascertain net profit or net loss. Gross profit is the excess of revenue, direct revenue, over direct expenses. As I told you, do not bother yourself. We are going to see a detailed format in no distant time. Then, if revenue is bigger than, if direct revenue, sales, if sales is bigger than direct expenses, there you have got gross profit. If it is the other way around, what you have is gross loss. Then net profit. Net profit is the excess of income over indirect expenses. When income for gross profit, sales, the excess of sales minus direct expenses. Sales, when you remove direct expenses from sales, you have gross profit. Then for gross loss, if direct expenses is bigger than sales, there you have got what? Gross loss. As I told you, do not bother yourself too much, because we are going to see this when we start with the format. We are going to see this in detail. I'm just explaining it in passing. Then for net profit, indirect, for net profit, it is income, the excess of income. When income is bigger or income minus indirect expenses. Then if there is net loss, there's net loss if indirect expenses is bigger than income. So these are the instances. So for this one now, remember that we are still talking about statement of profit or loss account. It is used to show financial performance, and the ways in which you show financial performance is through ascertaining the gross profit or the gross loss, or the net profit or the net loss. You can also show financial performance through ratio analysis. That is a topic for another time. So far, we have been looking at the statement of profit or loss account in brief. Then, how about statement of financial position? What is it used for? The statement of financial position is used to ascertain, its purpose is to ascertain financial position. Financial position. That means it is used to know the state of your assets, the state of your liability, and the state of your capital. Because the statement of financial position is actually a composite or a combination of these three. The balance sheet. The balance sheet is a combination of capital, assets, and liabilities. These are the components of the statement of financial position, also known as the balance sheet. It's a combination of capital, assets, and liabilities. Now, it is not in all cases that the balance sheet will contain liabilities. In fact, we'll delve deeper into this when we start considering a detailed explanation of the statement of financial position. What you have seen so far. Now, for this now, when you ascertain when you are asked to prepare the statement of financial position, its purpose is to ascertain financial position. That is the state of your asset, liability, and capital. And its component, the component of the statement of financial position, also known as the balance sheet, is the combination of these three: capital, assets, and liabilities. Now, what we have done so far is just introduction to this particular topic. In our next video, we'll see a detailed format and explanation of the statement of profit or loss account. Let's go there.